Welcome to Bananas Backstage. I'm Hank Tatum with WSAV, and this is historic Grayson Stadium, home of the Savannah Bananas. You've probably seen the Savannah Bananas online, but do you know who make Banana Ball so special? With Bananas Backstage, we're going to be interviewing some of the Savannah Bananas employees behind the scenes that make Banana Ball all it is that you see today. This is Bananas Backstage. Welcome back to another episode of Bananas Backstage. We're sitting high atop Grayson Stadium, but not as high as the press box that Biko, Skalla, and Josh Talevski are usually in. Guys, welcome. Thank you for your time.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you, Hank.
So I want to start with a quick icebreaker with Banana Ball. There's so many rules that are different than what you might see with traditional baseball. What is y'all's favorite Banana Ball specific rule?
Wow. The fact that fans can catch foul balls for outs, for me.
Yeah, I'll probably do the every run counting for a point because it keeps games really close throughout. And then, of course, in the final inning, every run scored starts to count for a point. So you start to see some really crazy comebacks. Like, you're very invested the first 8 innings. You're really excited about a close ninth, and then it's just chaos.
Yeah, from what I've seen, it feels like both those rules really make it just electric at any point in the game, depending on how it's going. But taking me back to the beginning for you guys, what is your background as broadcasters, and how did you get to this role?
So I did a couple years of summer collegiate broadcasting up in my hometown of Saugerties, New York. And then spent a couple years at MLB Network behind the scenes, mostly video editing. Saw an opening for this gig on the internet, and this is my 6th season. It was just crazy lucky timing. I came down here in 2020, happened to get to broadcast the first Banana Ball game ever. By the end of next weekend, we'll have 300 Banana Ball games in the books. So it's been a crazy ride.
Yeah, as for myself, like, it started for me when I was at the University of Georgia, and I wanted to apply for an internship. The Bananas seemed like the perfect thing to do. I got to work under Biko at the time. Now I've obviously risen to, working alongside him and everything. But I was like doing a ton of different roles. Like, I was behind the scenes, I was in front of the camera, sideline reporting, everything. And then once we transitioned to Banana Ball, we needed a full-time statistician on board. I was up for the task, and it just it helped boost everything on air because I just was a wealth of information and an extra voice that could add some context to Banana Ball.
That's really cool how you guys both started in Biko. For you to be here since the very beginning, I'm sure that's special as well. For those that have seen Banana Ball, obviously you see the creativity, the fun, and it's different than traditional baseball. What does that look like for you guys? How does broadcasting Banana Ball differ than traditional baseball?
It's a great question. There's a lot of similarities to broadcasting baseball. It is a mountain of preparation for every game. Josh and I have our heads in our laptops just trying to mine information. For him, a lot of statistical nuggets. And for me, just brushing up on my stories. That's kind of how we meld both of our, our broadcasting pluses and what we're trying to bring to the show. And he does an unbelievable job storytelling as well. But it's about getting down to, the locker room, talking with the guys, making sure you have enough tidbits to sprinkle in the rare opportunities you get sometimes to wax poetic on the air. And then as far as Banana Ball, it's just way faster than baseball. So you got to have your head on a swivel. There's a ton of things going on at every single moment of a ball game, and then you have to have a little bit of preparation on what kind of entertainment might come. If the Bananas get a walk-off, if their opponent scores, if someone's hit by a pitch, just to have an idea of what kind of shenanigans are going to happen any given night.
Yeah, I think when Biko talks about the entertainment, there's also just a lot less red tape when it comes to broadcasting. I think occasionally Biko and I are afforded the opportunities to kind of go off on tangents, crack some jokes, not necessarily stick to baseball and Banana Ball specific things. And then another important aspect to really remember is educating the fans as well who are tuning in, because we have 11 unique rules with Banana Ball. So it's important to stress, that every inning counts for a point. Fans can catch foul balls, the way ball four sprints work, and all those little intricate rules that make Banana Ball special.
So with those rules and the preparation you talked about, take me through the day-to-day of getting ready for a game. You guys have a game tonight back here at Grayson Stadium. What does that look like before first pitch?
Oh, man. We'll get into the ballpark in the morning, which I think is unique for play-by-play broadcasters when you've got a game with first pitch around 7 p.m. So it's a long day. But like I said, there's a lot of typical things too. Like, we're both filling out our lineup cards. We're writing down the important stats that we want to mention if we have the time. and then we'll be running down, getting in the locker room, talking with guys. We'll be down on the field for some entertainment for the fans. We'll be out in the party plaza for some entertainment with the fans. It's a long 14 to 16 hour day, but it's a blast. I mean, we wouldn't be doing it if we didn't love it so much.
Yeah, it's really cool. We get to go over the script with everybody on our crew, make sure we're all on the same page too. I think the biggest difference is, like Biko said, some of the entertainment that we do in between all of the traditional duties that I think broadcasters are a part of, but we're going out there and talking to fans for 10 minutes about the tour, hitting foam balls out to them and kind of entertaining. And then we'll go down to the field and run the people through highlights or other things that get them a little more invested and knowledgeable about the sport.
I want to get back to the way that you guys interact with fans in a little while, but first I just want to hear, specific stories. What is your favorite moment being a broadcaster for Banana Ball? Whether it's this season or throughout your tenure, is there a moment that sticks out that was like, that kind of defines my role here?
Wow. Yeah, I mean, shoot. We've had 293 Banana Ball games up to this point. So there's a lot to choose from, and we're lucky to be able to say that. 2023 in Brockton, Massachusetts, Reese Hampton hit the first ever out of the park home run in showdowns, which just wins the game instantaneously. The home team doesn't even get to have their round. That's always what pops out to me. It's the history, the moment, just so cool. That's one of my all-time favorites.
I could go with two moments, and both of them also come from 2023. It was like the first full tour for us, so I think a lot of things stand out about that, and there was a lot of history involved. We saw in Kannapolis, North Carolina, the first ever fan-caught foul ball that ended a game, and that was like a hypothetical situation that Biko and I had discussed early in the year. Man, what is it going to be like? What are we going to do when that moment happens? And it was crazy. It was awesome. We'd like to think we really nailed the call. It was posted out on SportsCenter and all these different places. And it was really like, wow, we are like the Banana Ball broadcasters, and that was pretty special.
Yeah, shout out Kamani.
And then we got to call like a playoff type game at the very end of the season when we were in Cooperstown, New York. The Bananas and Party Animals were knotted up. When it came to the season series, it was a winner-take-all to decide who was going to win that tour, and that was really special. There was just a different kind of like energy in the park that day, and you could see it from the Bananas and the Party Animals alike. Like, they wanted to win that game so badly, and that's really cool to see.
You can't write that any better than a season of a world tour coming down to one game at the very end. That's really cool. And you guys mentioned the fan interaction. What's your favorite story outside of the booth? Something that maybe doesn't revolve around the innings played of Banana Ball that you guys have had to experience?
Once again, there's just a plethora of great options when it comes to that. For me, it goes all the way back to the whiteboard broadcast days. The Coastal Plain League rules, you can't have the camera on the field if you're doing an away broadcast. So we had to come up with a creative solution. Our team president, Jared Orton, said, why don't you just draw the game on a whiteboard so it's a little more than just a radio broadcast. And I started doing that back in 2020. And an aunt of one of the players, Nick Clarno's aunt, Lori Flippin Bodie, created magnets for every single player on the Bananas. She did it for 3 straight seasons. She had every single opponent so we could put them around the bases. It was outs, balls and strikes, epic stuff. So there's a mountain, an absolute mountain of unbelievable things fans have done for us, and even better that we've gotten to do for special fans as well. But that interaction, that's what Banana Ball is all about, what this organization, Fans First Entertainment, is all about, is breaking down the barrier between fans and players and the organization. And Lori hooked me up with those magnets for 3 straight years. It plus the experience to the nth degree.
Yeah, as the resident stats guy, some of my favorite things are just getting to hear from the fans who are really interested in the numbers or the box scores after games. So I really love when fans are sending me emails and wanting to get scorecards or some kind of documentation that they've been to the game, and I'll go in and send them copies of the score books and different things so that they have their own little keepsakes and whatnot. And I've even heard from fans who are creating their own score books at home, custom templates, and then they'll send me those messages with their books filled out and everything, and we just get to compare ours and whatnot. It's really special to get to do that.
So the fans are getting involved in the broadcast too, it sounds like.
Oh yeah.
That's awesome. And Fans First, it's not just the saying, it's really what the Bananas live by and kind of cultivate the entire experience for. What does that cultivation of the fan experience look like for you guys? Because like we said, you're not confined to just the booth. You're doing other stuff with the crowd, with the fans. What does that look like for you guys?
Yeah, I mean, like I said earlier, twice Josh and I will be out in front of the fans every single ball game. Once outside the park, once inside running through some highlights. When we're outside, we're hitting foam balls. So that's a big difference as far as most broadcasting gigs go. It's really cool to get from behind the camera and actually in front of the people. And we'll try and get out on the party plaza and home games and hang out with the folks after the game as well. And then you can see it when it comes to our broadcast booth. Like, everything in the backdrop of our booth here in Savannah is stuff that the fans have sent us. We try and move it around and make sure everybody who has given us, some kind of cool gift to display to the world is up there. And then every single game is broadcast live for free on YouTube. So we've got an awesome comment section there, and we'll try to interact with them when possible. I mean, the thing's flying 1,000 miles an hour at this day and age. But it's another cool way to kind of break that fourth wall and get to interact with the people watching the game.
Yeah, I think the face-to-face interactions are what are really special. Being able to go out in the party plaza after games, especially here in Savannah, just like shake people's hands, talk to them for a couple minutes, get to hear their thoughts about how we're doing, what they think of the Bananas, the party animals, the firefighters, really whoever might be playing. I love getting to have those interactions, and we were even fortunate enough to just walk all throughout a cruise ship when we were doing Banana Land at Sea last year and get to hear from all of these fans, get their input, and then even host trivia, which I know was pretty fun for a lot of folks.
That's awesome. Got a few more questions for you guys. Obviously, it's the Savannah Bananas, but it feels like if you put a pin on a map, the Bananas have traveled there, maybe even sold out a stadium. What has that been like for you guys to see the support even outside of Savannah that, across the entire country, people love this team and organization?
Yeah, it's mind-boggling everywhere we go. I mean, it doesn't get old. It's insane to see 50,000 people pack out Coors Field back-to-back nights. It's insane to see 81,000 people fill up Death Valley in Clemson. So, and it's so cool to have seen, like Josh said earlier, going back to 2023 when we first had that 33-city tour after only having a 7-city tour the year before and a 1-city tour the year before that. Going around the country and getting out to California and Arizona and up to Maine and seeing the fans all decked out in Bananas and Party Animals gear, it's really cool to see the evolution, to see the sport grow, to see the fandom grow. It's just the craziest thing.
I think it just speaks to how much everybody wants to see baseball becoming fun, and obviously the Bananas are accomplishing that, as are the Party Animals, the Firefighters, the Texas Tailgaters. I mean, Banana Ball at large is accomplishing this goal. And the other thing is we get to go to all these different cities and whatnot, and we get to notice that these fans travel to the games as well. You got K-Club members who are hubbed here in Savannah or the surrounding area, and they are going up to Boston, out to Denver to see these games, get to check out all of these ballparks, and also support the players. And the best part is, when we are out there in the party plaza, even in these big ballparks, and the players are there, and we see these people that we're seeing in Savannah, Georgia, you just get to make that connection again and get to see the support from them, and also get to tell them how nice it is to see them and whatnot.
That's awesome. And so lastly, for the fans that can't make it out to games, they watch you guys on YouTube. And so when you put on your headsets, and sometimes even ESPN, but when you put that headset on for a game, what is it that you hope fans that maybe aren't in the park are able to take away from your broadcasts?
I hope they see how much we care about the sport. I hope they see how much fun we're having as well. I think it is pretty evident in the way we call a game, but there's nothing that Josh and I would rather be doing right now in our lives, I think, than broadcasting Banana Ball. And we do not take the honor lightly. It is really such a special gig to have. And getting to travel around the country and make sure that we're putting on these shows, educating, telling the players stories as much as we can, because every single player in this sport has a wonderful story. And it is such a quick game. It's tough to get them all out on the air, but when we get those opportunities and we can humanize these guys and show the lengths that they have gone through to get to this place in their career, that's what it's all about.
I hope people are feeling the same kind of fun and joy that I know Biko and I are sharing when we're on the air. Our producer, our director, all of our camera people, everyone in our control room, we're all on the same page, and we have fun doing what we do. And at the same time, we want to inform people, and I think we want to continue to legitimize the game of Banana Ball at the same time, because it is obviously supposed to be very fun. You want to have a good time. It's going to have all these crazy, goofy things, but we have high caliber players that play banana ball, and they have really incredible stories. They come from all these different backgrounds, and they care about winning and losing these ball games. And I mean, it is their life, and so I hope that we're able to reflect that well.
That's awesome. Well, if you're at a game, say what's up to Biko and Josh. If you're not at a game, tune in on YouTube and you can hear Biko and Josh taking you through the experience of banana ball. Guys, thank you so much for your time today. I really appreciate it.
Thank you,
Hank.
Hank.
Appreciate it, man.